redeem and deliver us from that thing that we just spoke forth. Okay? This is part of spiritual warfare as well. So, the negative things that we say. And it's the same thing with thought. We can choose to think positive, uplifting thoughts, or we can choose to think negative, destructive thoughts. Sick people, the majority of sick people that die is because they simply say, I'm going to die. I'm not going to live. Whereas you say, I'm not going to die. This is going to beat me. Usually you tend to live longer. I can tell you that from experience. I got sent to hospice twice. I walked out of hospice twice. And here I am. But
We needed to.
there you go. But a popular verse found in Isaiah 61:3 says to put on the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness. The word for garment in this verse is ma'ateh. This word means to wrap, as in to totally cover yourself from top to bottom. The root of this word is atah, meaning to cover and envelop. The idea is to shed the garment. In order to shed the garment of heaviness, we have to change clothes. We have to totally wrap ourselves up in something called tehillah, praise, which means, well, tehillah means praise. It comes from the root halal, which means to give off light. Where does the light come from? It comes from Aron, the heart. We have to have a change of heart in order to change our garments. We have negative garments, the ones that we're talking about. We have to shed the garments of gloom, idolatry, and pride. And these garments are beged. We find it in Bereshit 38:14, meaning treachery, deceit, lack of faith. Simla, we find it in Bereshit 9:23, meaning to resemble idolatry, worry, anger, other negative emotions are forms of idolatry. And the word adereh in Bereshit 25:25 is talking about the hairy garment that Esau wore when he was wigging out about getting a pot of stew. This word means not only majesty and splendor, but it also means majesty and splendor in a prideful and arrogant way. So it's a paradox, an illusion of grandeur, but not having the grandeur. So these are things that can envelop us. These are things that drag us down. These are things that make us heavy. We have to take these garments off and envelop ourselves in that machateh. But only removing these garments can we envelop ourselves in machateh, wrapping ourselves in the light of Elohim. This is the garment that Yeshua was wearing when the woman with the issue of blood reached forth and grabbed the tzitzit. The tzitzit's a representation of the Word. The Word attached to praise will bring healing in our lives. The Word attached to praise will bring restoration in our lives. We can take off that garment of heaviness and replace it with a garment of light. But again, it requires that our physical side and our spiritual side be balanced. That we can no longer be half, we have to be complete. Any questions on this?
Seems like there's some pretty good definitions of chaff here.
Absolutely. We can wear all kinds of chaff. All right, well, I guess we've achieved goodness.